Welcome to Rise and Shine Daily Business Tech Boost with me, Charly Leetham. If you're a small business owner looking to simplify technology and get real, actionable advice from someone with 35 years of IT experience, you're in the right place. Every episode, I'll dive into tools and systems like email, CRM, marketing and tracking, and break them down into bite-sized tips you can use right away. Your time is valuable, so let's get straight to the point. It's time to work smarter, not harder. Rise and Shine, it's your daily dose of business tech inspiration with me, Charly Leetham. Topic number 363, we're going to talk about sharing and protecting sensitive data in your business and using secure file sharing and how to do it. Let's go through the risks of sharing a file in an unsecured manner. So you might have an attachment that is your employee data and you send it to someone and say, hey, here's the data you look for, and you attach the spreadsheet to the email and it goes out. Yes, okay, so you have protection in that the data is, and particularly if you're using a good mail service, the data is encrypted while it's in transit. So snooping is going to be a little bit harder, but if they get into the if they manage to snoop the line and they manage to break that encryption, they can still get access to that attachment with all of your employee data in it. If they manage to hack an email server and get access to the inbox in where it's sent to, they can get access to that attachment. That attachment will sit in someone's inbox forever because people rarely delete their email. So it will sit in their inbox forever, and the risk of it being accessed increases minimally over time as people get smarter and people hack better and people forget to change passwords. So sharing attachments just by attaching them sharing files just by attaching them isn't necessarily the greatest thing to do. So what can you do? My recommendation in general when you're sharing attachments is to actually share links to files and have them stored in one of the file sharing places, like Zoho Work Drive. That's what I use. I love it. Google Drive, use that as well. OneDrive, use that as well. And Dropbox, yeah, I use that as well. And the reason I actually attach links rather than just sharing the attachment straight up in general is because if the files are big, then the emails aren't going to get through. Most emails will get bounced if it's a big attachment. Like, well, I can't go through, the email's too big. So if I share a link, I know that that's going to get through because it'll have a link on it. The trick is that you need to decide when you're sharing those links, the level of protection you're applying to that file. It's really easy to say, send this link to anyone send this link and set it so that anyone with a link can access it. So anyone on the internet can access it. They don't need to log in. There's no real security on it because now the link's out there. If that link gets shared through accidentally to someone else, they can access it. What you can do though is bring those links down and really secure them down to, well, I'm only going to allow people with these email addresses to access this content. I'm only going to allow people with this password to access this content. Now, doing it with a password is a little more difficult because you've got to send that password out. But if you're tying it down to a specific email address, it's so much more secure. So think about doing that, and think about, if you can and you've got time limited links available, maybe limit the amount of time they can access that file for, have that link expire, and if they want access to it again, they can come and request it to you. That way, you're not leaving things out there open-ended and having accounts get hacked and sensitive data being accessible. Of course, the easiest way of sharing sensitive data is putting it onto a data stick and taking it out to someone saying, there's the files you need, but that's not possible in today's world. Printing them even and sending them over. And even then, you've still got security issues associated with it, don't you? So make sure that you are using a file sharing platform. And there's so many benefits for it. The biggest one is you get to secure your files down. Know the level of security you want to have on the files you're sharing. Some of them can be accessible to the public. That's fine. Most of them should be locked down to, no, you need to have a username and password to log in and get this. And make sure that when you are bringing your team members on, they understand safe sharing habits as well, which means you need to have a policy on it. I come back to all of this, don't I? Most of our security comes down to being sensible and having policies around how we handle all of these things. And these policies need to be written down. And as I've said previously, make sure that the policy reflects what you're doing and not what you should be doing. If it's what you should be doing and you're not doing it, you need to ask yourselves why. But make sure your policy is about what you are doing, and make sure your team members understand that policy. Make sure they follow that policy. Do a training module on it, of course. And finally, go through regularly and review what is shared. Who's got access to it? Do they still need access to it? Can we remove access? Do they have access to a folder that they don't need access to and they only need access to a file within that folder? Maybe that's the other thing that you need to look at as well. Lots of things to think about. It's actually, when you get down to it, it's a pretty simple solution. It just requires a lot of thought and a lot of planning before it becomes that simple. What do you guys think? Do you use file sharing? What platforms are you using to share your data? How do you share sensitive data with your team members, with your subcontractors, with your clients, with your accountant? How do you do it? I'd love to know. Leave comments wherever you are watching or listening to this video. You can send me a DM on any of our social media channels. I will respond to you. You can come and join the conversation on my locals community, askcharlyleetham.locals.com. I would love to see you there. If you can remember to like this video, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell, that would be great too. Tomorrow we are going to be talking about e-commerce and data security with our e-commerce transactions. See you all tomorrow, guys. Bye. Hey there, thanks so much for tuning in to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost. I hope today's episode gave you some actionable insights that will make your business tech work smarter for you. If you found value, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with other small business owners who could use a daily boost. For more tips, tools, and resources, visit www.askcharlyleetham.com. Until next time, keep rising, keep shining, and let's make tech simple together.